Nicolas Cage, an exceptional actor. One that has an aura to him, mystique, kind of like his head is on fire all the time or something like that. One that also has become a bit of a modern legend in terms of his public persona. He's a signature actor who has signature mannerisms, which have often either been highly praised as being original or criticized for chewing scenery or overacting, as some would say. Many actors actually have this. That's what makes the good ones unique and why, more often than not, those roles are written with those actors in mind. It's how Hollywood used to work before franchises and famous intellectual properties became the absolute name of the game for make or break success in any given studio, TV, or film. We often make fun of those mannerisms when they're heightened by impersonations. Andy Samberg of SNL comes to mind when he played Nicolas Cage on the show for the Weekend Update segments. And then it was further cemented when Nicolas Cage himself was sitting right next to Andy Samberg as Nicolas Cage on the show. It was definitely one of the more iconic images in the show's history, to say the least. Cage considers his acting style as Western kabuki or German expressionism kind of acting, or as he once put it, nouveau shamanic. Doesn't matter what any of these mean for the sake of this conversation? No, not at all. But think of it like him being a jazz musician for acting, always looking to add something new to the art form, and some might say the only actor actually looking to do that currently. Many individuals may view him as odd. I mean, he's been married 5 times, one of those marriages ending after only 4 days. Happens, I guess, out in Hollywood. He's been known to spend a lot of money on lavish residencies and at one point owned 15 different properties. He's also known to be incredibly charitable with his earnings and wishes to be as giving as possible. You can look up his charitable work, it's very public knowledge. So he's not someone to just hoard money all for himself. He tries to spend as much as possible. In Kathleen Turner's 2008 memoir, for those that don't know, one of the main stars of the Romancing the Stone film from with Michael Douglas, and also the voice of Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, she claimed in her memoir that Nic Cage stole her chihuahua while they were working on a movie together. Later, she admitted Cage did not steal a chihuahua, and she was sorry. Again, this has absolutely nothing to do with our conversation. I was just thinking that was hilarious when I read it for the first time this morning when I wrote this. But also, he's an Oscar winner. He was at one time one of Hollywood's most profitable actors. His name was on a movie and people went to go see it. For many, once you reach that level of success, you really can just do whatever you want and work on whatever you want. Their choices might seem strange to many, but I don't think that should negate who they are as people. I'll give you a couple other examples. Angelina Jolie, involved in one of the most famous marriages in Hollywood history with Brad Pitt after he left Jennifer Aniston, and it's still hot gossip among the tabloids all these years later, even after their separation. A human punchline for adopting multiple children, but also a tremendous humanitarian. I mean, just look up her work and the fact that she adopted these kids from incredibly impoverished countries wanting to give them a better life. Yeah, it can seem funny, but when you think about it, she was just looking to be a mom for as many people as possible. When you think of it like that, doesn't every kid want that kind of chance? And also, as many forget, she is also an Oscar winner. She doesn't work as often as she used to, but also she doesn't need to. She can pick her roles and create powerful performances kind of whenever she wants to. She's one of the few actresses left that can actually sell a movie based on her just being in it. And now she's entering the MCU in Eternals, and it's just crazy to me that she's entering this universe now, someone as high profile as her. I mean, yeah, she's been in Tomb Raider, obviously, but the MCU is clearly so much bigger overall as a concept. While considered odd for most, I don't think she actually cares what you think of her because she's still thriving as much as she wants to. And Jim Caviezel, notably the star of the series Person of Interest, lasted for 5 seasons, over 100 episodes, pretty big success for CBS, and for playing Jesus Christ in The Passion of the Christ, directed by Mel Gibson. And I would use Mel Gibson as an example for this conversation of strange actors, but I feel like that's a whole separate category that we'll save for another time. So we'll just stick with Jim in this case. With Jim, he's a rare actor that allows his personal beliefs to enter his work. Example of his, he had a love scene with Jennifer Lopez in the film Angel Eyes, and he wanted to keep his shirt on out of respect for his wife and his Catholic faith. He was a devout Catholic playing Jesus Christ. Enough said about that. And while I personally don't agree with his anti-abortion stance and QAnon beliefs, he is very comfortable with who he is and takes on work that reflects his personality, regardless of what you or I might think. My overall point, bringing this back to the man, the myth, the legend, Nicolas Cage, is that you reach a certain level of success and fame, and really nothing else matters. They can live and do what they want with almost no true repercussions. Spend as much money as they want, maybe get in trouble with the IRS for tax evasion, and in a lot of cases, they can kind of get out of it scot-free by just working on another movie and just making that money back. But for the really good ones, they're still actors. They still look for the meaning in their roles. They still ask questions from their directors. They still believe in the work and that the work matters more than anything while they're on set. Some actors can't escape their own headlines and the drama that they create. Some can overcome them. Nic Cage, I think, is certainly one of those actors that can overcome his own drama. You say that you're going to watch a Nic Cage movie and be totally set on the idea of, all right, I have no idea what I'm about to watch from this movie. Fantastic. And when you have a library of films as an actor, it doesn't matter what others think, so long as they're not hurting people in the process. I say they can live how they want to, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you or I think of someone like Nicolas Cage, the man who was almost Superman. He's making far more money than you and I, so you do you, fam.
Whoa! Welcome to the end of the Knights of the Dirty Table video that you just watched. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our video, share with all your friends, and catch our live stream every Friday live at 5, only on the Zenden Studios Twitch channel. I gotta go wander off into space. See ya! Whoa! Whoa!